Welcome to my channel, Compass Starlight. I am so disappointed. I don't know if my data storage is getting full and my video shut down, but I swear I started it. I did start it. I started I started my I shuffled the cards, I laid them out. I had been talking for quite some time. I want to even say several minutes. And I just noticed that the screen went black, which indicates either my video got shut down or I never hit the record button to begin with. I'm not going to reshuffle. These were interesting and great cards, but it means I have to repeat myself. I was really happy about these cards, especially the tarot cards that came out. So it looks like I'm going to have to go back and see if I can find the first part of the video. But if I cannot, I'm just going to run through these briefly. This deck here is the Divine Feather Messenger, from which we got the cards Osprey and Flicker. This deck is the Mantegna Tarot. It is my archetype deck. And from this we have Mercury, card number 42. We're in Mercury retrograde, so that's apt. It is appropriate. And then this deck is the Sea Soul Journeys Oracle cards. And from this deck, we got Gratitude and Bliss. And then this other deck here is the Aquarian Tarot deck. And I pulled these 3 cards. I actually shuffled these out, and they were awesome. They were great cards. So I was just going through Osprey and Flicker. This is a post-eclipse reading. So we have Osprey. Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. And to me, this card suggests that there was a bottlenecking of energy of sorts. And that is like things kind of came to a slow halt, came to a pause. And that may have been a restriction imposed by yourself, or it may have been some other entity holding back, friends, family, employer, etc., holding back information that may have been helpful. And in this particular situation, it was as if it's that energy of not really knowing what direction to take because you don't have all of the information. And now you know the direction. Now your success is at hand. Now you can allow for that abundance to flow to you effortlessly because you know the direction in which you must go. You have more information to access. You have more information about the circumstances so that you can make better decisions. The next card is Flicker. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. And this is very much eclipse energy, as well as I was just going into talking about how it is similar to the 5 of Cups. One thing I like about the Flicker, the northern Flicker, is actually one of my favorite birds. If you ever have an opportunity to see one with your lay eyes on one, their feathers are really gorgeous. But if you can see this black bib underneath, it is a crescent, and that is much like what we could see with the solar eclipse the other day. The moon covering the light of the sun, so that the sun was left to be a bit of a crescent. And if you happened to be in an area where you could see the eclipse in its totality, you probably just had the slightest shimmer of light around it. Nonetheless, here we are. The Flicker, new rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. And so this card suggests eclipse energy, because we often refer to eclipsing energy out. It is like the death card. It's the transformation. It is acknowledging something is changing and letting it go so that we can welcome something new into our lives. Acknowledging that something may be tired or worn out or just does not any longer serve us, because we have grown and we have adapted. And so this is basically when one door closes, another one opens, and you may be required to turn the handle. And this is also to not stand at the Five of Cups, as one would see in the Tarot, lamenting the spilled 3 cups, but instead to turn around and see the 2 cups still standing behind you. And this suggests, it's indicative and implicative of recent changes that you've had to accept, whether you lost a job, got fired from a job, it's that, or it's maybe a death of someone that has impacted your life and what you're doing with your life or your stability in your life. And this is an abrupt change, and it's sort of, oh shoot, what's going on? How do I handle this? What's my next step? And it's requiring you to figure out the answers to those questions. But this is the support and the confirmation saying new rhythms are coming into your life now because you have allowed for these things to close out. And you are encouraged to trust and adapt. And believe me, adapt you must. Trusting is always helpful, being optimistic. When you have faith and really believe it within for what you have coming to you, that really serves you to continue to bring positivity and good things onto your path. So the next card is Mercury, and Mercury's archetype is sociability, the importance to pay attention to all messages. So Mercury is a messenger. Mercury is a symbol of communication. And when Mercury goes retrograde, we tend to have miscommunication. We tend to lose sight or lose track of important documents. We tend to just fumble at times through our words, or in a letter that you are forming or constructing, you may have left out an important sentence or an important set of words, or the entirety of an address to which you must send something. It's just important to go over your documents and your communications to make sure that they are being sent to the person intended, that the information that you are attempting to convey is actually being conveyed in the message. I find with this card, it is also a reminder to go back and review communications that you may have from the past. I'm not a deleter when it comes to things like emails and text messages. It's not to say they don't ever get deleted, but I will hold on to them for a long time as a matter of reference. And particularly if there is communication with an individual that pertains to a specific event or time, such as a particular client for work, but also as well if there is some notion of discord in communication with a friend, a contact, an acquaintance, a lover. I like to hold on to that type of communication to review it again later after I have grown. So, for example, I have a series of text messages from a very close friend of mine, and we actually did not speak for a couple years following this this communication, this sequence of communication. Neither one of us were able to meet the other's needs in terms of support, and we butted heads, and it honestly took us a couple years to let go and call it water under the bridge, and to learn to trust each other again and delve back into our friendship, which we have. And yet, as grown adults, neither one of us are willing to change our perspective on the events or circumstances of that particular time. And it's a matter of value, what each of us have as values for ourselves or to ourselves. And I hold on to them as a reminder of what I can hold on to for expectations for this friend. That if this should happen again, I love this individual. Our friendship goes back many, many years, and regardless of the ups and downs in our friendship, we've always come back to our friendship. We are like sisters, and there's a lot of reward and humor, and it can be a very good, healthy, and rewarding friendship. But at times, if I'm disappointed in her reactions, I need a frame of reference in order to go back to remind myself where her limits are and what she is capable of in terms of offering support to me, and vice versa. So there is sometimes a reason to hold on to certain messages with certain people, especially where you may have found discord in the past. And Mercury, when this card comes up, it's a reminder that you may have that information to go back and review to learn something about yourself or something about the other individual or entity. If it's possible it's from an employer, and to also understand further how your own interpretation of whatever message has painted the story, has written the storyline of that relationship. So on and on. The next card we have, the next two cards are Gratitude and Bliss. And because I'm not, this is a new deck, I am going to read at least some information from the book on these two cards. Gratitude says, may you honor all that you receive. And Bliss says, may you feel deeply and transcend. Well, gratitude, definitely, anytime that we receive, we really should be giving thanks. And what that does is it says to the universe that I like this, I appreciate this, I welcome more. And if you do not have gratitude and appreciation for what you receive, you may find that when the universe yields to you that which brings you joy and happiness, stability, and a sense of contentment, that you could be seen as having just being unappreciative. Says, hey, well, if it doesn't really matter that much to you, I won't provide it to you anymore. As if the universe speaks from the I perspective, that first person, if you get what I'm saying. Gratitude, may you honor all that you receive. To love the sea is to express gratitude. When you bring your awareness to this gift, to the many other offerings made to you each day, and to the messy, vulnerable glory of your life, your soul gratefully receives your thanks as your presence. Blessings. May you be mindfully present. May you give thanks freely and often. May your own gifts be seen, acknowledged, and deeply appreciated. This actually does not get into gratitude the way I see it, but if you want to give some gratitude and learn to be better at appreciation, I will again recommend viewing or reading or listening to the Hawaiian Ho'oponopono prayer. It is a great way to forgive, heal, and receive. It is a great way to give thanks and appreciation for all that we have, every material thing, every experience, despite those that may seem like they were not for us or they had a negative impact. We give thanks for those experiences and things as well, because they do teach us on our journey. Let me see if I can find bliss here. Bliss says, may you feel deeply and transcend. The sea teaches you balance through constant movement. No single point of perfect stillness, but harmony in the flowing dance of in and out, high and low, the legs kicking under the surface, even as the body glides above the water, softly held. Now I would add, if you are able to float, if you can feel comfortable in the water and you are able to float, especially if you are in a larger body of water, particularly the ocean or sea, and you feel those waves when you float, and you can take in those deep breaths and trust in your own body and your own capabilities, you can really feel like your body, though buoyant and floating there where the air and the sea meet, you can feel a sense of consistency, a sense of stability in that trust, in that sleight of movement in your own body and in the grand physics of it all, right? There's a certain gravity to your own body as well as to the water and then the air, and it just kind of, you're sandwiched right there in the middle on the surface, and it's a very beautiful place to be. It's a very beautiful balance to have, even though the water does shift and the swells go up and down around you. It's very peaceful, and it's also very healing if you can get yourself into some water and float. The blessings for this card says, may you have the nerve to feel fully. May you breathe into the intensity. May you discover what delights you. May you risk love. And the mantra says, I am tenderly here and with you. And that is beautiful. In that one comment, may you risk love, brings us down here to the Aquarian Tarot deck, the Aquarian Tarot cards I've drawn. We have the Nine of Cups, the Star, and the King of Cups. And this is to be open to love. This is to shoot for the stars. And this is to have all that you could possibly desire. I know I just said them in reverse order. The Nine of Cups suggests that you have everything you need to make yourself happy. You have everything you need. All your needs are met to keep you buoyant in life. The Star is like a wish or a dream come true. The Star is aiming high. The Star is having faith to something greater, to a dream, to reaching for that dream and attempting to bring it down to earth. And the King of Cups, well, the King of Cups could suggest that if that dream were to bring you some kind of emotional satisfaction, that would be inside this cup, and he has taken his cup and held it up to the heavens and let himself fill his cup with the dream so that he could bring it down to earth. Are you achieving your dreams? Are you finding that now is the time that you are manifesting before you all your hopes, wishes, dreams, and desires? Your success is now at hand. Allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. New rhythms are coming into your life now. You are encouraged to trust and adapt. Communicate. Go over your communications. All communications are important. Honor all that you receive, and may you feel deeply and transcend. You may come to a point where you are surprised by the abundance you are going to receive as it comes in. But do give thanks. Have gratitude. It looks like your cups are going to be filled. These 9 cups filled with all your desires, all your hopes, your wishes, and yet there still may be one more that is the greatest of all. And I think it is, I'd like to quote something from a book by Khalil Gibran, although I'm not sure I get the quote accurately. For long you have sailed in my dreams, and now you sail in my awakening, which is my deeper dream. And it looks like this King of Cups, that's something special. So the King of Cups is a balanced individual, balanced in his emotions. He's not as moody, he's not as unstable. He's not nervous, moody, as he's riding the rocky waves of emotion. He is able to maintain his balance. He carries with him a full heart and a full cup. He is tender, he is kind, he is sincere. Is this a person that is entering your life, or are these traits that you are embracing and embodying? If it's somebody that's entering your life, it could be a little bit of both. But if it's someone that's entering your life, you are being asked to honor and welcome and be open to the communication, to the flow of energy. You're being asked to adapt to having a new individual or situation enter your life. You're being asked to explore it with kindness and generosity and patience. You're being asked to take a deeper look. You're being asked to communicate with it, or if it's a person, with the person. This is an opportunity, and you need to trust that what you're experiencing, the new people and opportunities coming into your life, are a welcome change from what is eclipsing out, from that which is eclipsing out of your life, and have gratitude for that, because you will, it looks like, with the wish, the star, the 9 of Cups, and the King of Cups, it looks like you're on a trajectory towards experiencing a lot of bliss and happiness. So that's a wonderful message. This is the midweek check-in, so I don't know. Actually, I can do a quick Visconti Tarot card and see if we can get a timing, because it does, to me, that's a much bigger message. A message that implies this could happen anywhere from a day to a couple months. One never knows. And I don't know about timing. So let's see what the cards want to tell us. We'll see if the cards want to tell us. Well, the first one I could see here is the 3 of Coins. So I'm going to go with that. I also see the 6 of Cups. So the 6 of Cups can imply 6 months. But the coins, how long are coins? I feel like it could be 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. I forget. So I say I'm not very good with timing. I forget what they represent. You understand? I forget. And I'm not really in a position to look it up. What does coins represent? Does it represent the month, the day, the week, or the year? It could be year. Just because coins tend to be slow-moving energy. By 3 years, that's a long time out. I'd like to think it's within 3 weeks. And I'm going to stick to that. At least for myself, I'm going with the 3 weeks. By the 3 weeks, we will have moved out of Aries season and into Taurus season. Oh, Taurus, Aries. Anyhow. Oh, I'll put that card back in there. So we'll see. I really, that's just a rough guess anyhow. I don't know how much I trust timing. We have the 3 of coins for timing. Feel free to look that up. Maybe I'll look it up and put it in the comments on the video or in the description box. The message I have here is that we're shifting. We're moving into a time of prosperity after difficulty. Be prepared for that. Welcome it. Give gratitude for that. Explore your deepest wishes and desires. It looks like you'll be able to communicate those wishes and desires and actually be able to achieve some serious fulfillment in your life. That's the message I have for the midweek check-in. Thank you for coming to Compass Starlight. Again, I apologize that the first portion of the video disappeared and you don't see me shuffling the cards, but I swear I did. Makes for a shorter video though, doesn't it? Maybe. Take care.